Hello, welcome back to the channel, Up the Reds TV with me, Andy Cambe. So this one is the post-match of Liverpool 4, Bournemouth 2. So just before I start, smash me a like on this video, please. Share the video, and if you are first time watching this, please subscribe to the channel. Okay, so let's get on with it. First things first, let's get a couple of things out the way. First of all, the Diogo Jota and Andre Silva minutes silence. It was impeccable. It was touching, moving. Diogo's wife was there with the family, and I'm sure she would have taken some comfort of the love that the Reds showed towards her and her family. So there's going to be more poignant moments like that throughout the season, no doubt, at Anfield and elsewhere. So yeah. It was really nice and touching to see that. Just before I start on the game itself, just want to touch on something that I've not put out on X or any other socials about Antoine Semenyo, who was allegedly, and I say that, was abused, racially abused. He brought it to the ref's attention. We don't want to see that at Anfield, or for that matter, any other ground, or for that matter, anywhere else in life. The perpetrator was ejected from the ground. Liverpool are doing the investigation, and so are the police. We will leave that up to both parties to come to a resolution on that. If it is found to be true, we know the outcome of what that's going to be, and that's going to be a lifetime ban from Anfield and also from other footballing stadia. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that before I got into the game. So let's start with the game. Both teams started well. If I'm honest with you, I thought that Ekitike had an early shot, straight down the keeper's throat. But Bournemouth had clear chances before we scored. There was a moment where, shall we say, the dreaded VAR absolutely got a decision 100% wrong. Even Carragher mentioned it. Even Neville, anti-Liverpool Neville, mentioned it. They heard the commentary of what was being said, which is, to me, unfair. We should be able to hear that as well. And the decision that they came up with, they knew they cocked up big style. Look, it comes off the defender's body, then it comes off his arm, and then he flicks the ball away. Arm is unnatural, the flick is unnatural. Hugo Ekitike would have been through. Whether the defender would have recovered to make the tackle is one of those, or whether Hugo would have finished that chance. But to get it massively wrong, and for Taylor, who gets worse every year, giving a free kick to Bournemouth, still don't know what the free kick was for. Absolutely shocking decision that. And look, all the pundits on the socials were saying, how wrong could that be as a decision? It was Scandalous. Howard Webb, yet again, coming out with all this crap at the beginning of the season. We're going to give more fouls for this, more fouls for that. Nothing really changes, has it? That was a blatant handball, and other than the qualified officials, wherever they are, whichever bunker they are in, got it absolutely wrong. And I would have said that for both teams, you know me, my fairness. Yeah, so it was a silly decision. So 37 minutes, Bournemouth should be at least one up with the chances that they created. As I mentioned, Hugo Ekitike, he was busying himself about up front, trying to intercept passes, trying to hold up the ball, trying to get play moving. As I said, he'd already had a shot and a header before he scored. I mean, he picked the ball up. The ball was played to him in the middle of the park. He passed it to Maka. Maka passes it back to him. Yes, he's fortunate with the flick, but he's heading towards goal. But he keeps his calm and his coolness and slots on the ball into the back of the net. 1-0 to the Reds, and it's probably what Hugo deserved. And so, yeah, that was basically it. But Bournemouth was still creating chances. Bournemouth are a team that never gives up. That's the way Areola is with his teams. They're constantly pecking at you, and you can't, rest on your laurels with that. So yeah, half time 1-0. Okay, come out second half. We started well, scored within 2 minutes. Yet again, Kirkus into Hugo in the penalty area, holds up the ball well. He brings Gakpo into play. Cody goes past two defenders and a nice finish, bottom left-hand corner. 2-0, comfortable. But for some reason, we started to let Bournemouth back in the game. And as I stated, look, their gaffer, he sets up teams to keep attacking. And Semenyo, he was, after what he'd been through in the game, he was an absolute nemesis for them. He was the best player by far, running at the Liverpool back line through the midfield. I mean, they put him out on the right-hand side. On the right-hand side, I've never seen him playing that. I've always seen him down the left-hand side, but obviously Kirkus was the target, and for 60 minutes until Kirkus, and do you remember Ping Pong come off? I thought he did okay. Yeah, one bit of madness where he went diving in for the ball. Smith was obviously looking for it, and it was a cheap free kick to give away. But we were allowing Bournemouth chances, and so substitutions are made. Endo comes on at right back, and Robbo goes to left back. I'll talk about the substitutions a bit later on, but it just didn't look right. So 2-0, we seem to be chasing the game for a bit. We should have regrouped and reorganised a lot better. Again, we lose the ball. By Slobberslide trying to make a fancy flick when he should have been just looking after the ball. He'd lost it, and quick break. We're all over the place. Konate comes across, doesn't deal with the ball. He's half half-heartedly getting across. The ball comes in. Virgil should have dealt with it before Semenyo puts the ball away. He should have dealt with it. It was absolutely, and he should have got a shout from Robbo or Ali to get rid, but no, he didn't. Didn't do anything. He just let the ball go across him, and 2-1. The momentum was with Bournemouth. Ekitike and Maka got taken off. Joey comes on, and Jones comes on, and then the Achilles heel, Mo, who, look, we have to be honest, was not having a good game. His decision making was awful during the 90 minutes, and he mispasses a ball to Dom Slobberslide. If I'm honest with you, Dom should not have been in that position. He should have been 10, 15 metres back at least. That's what I would expect, where I'd expect Ryan Gravenberch to be. Boy, did we miss him in this game. Boy, did we miss him last weekend. And it just shows in those two games, the V Palace and this one, what an influence he is on the pitch for us. So, yeah, obviously, misplaced pass by Mo, and we had a 4-on-2, and even before Semenyo scores, I was blaming Mo for that, and Dom as well, and he runs 70 yards and scores a good finish. Nothing from Van Dijk or nothing from Konate to break that run up. They just went back and back and back and back. Get to the 18-yard box. Konate ends up on the floor, for whatever reason. 2-2, and I'm thinking, this reminds me of a Jurgen Klopp game, this. Too much heavy football. And then on 81 minutes, is it? Wirtz is taken off, and Freddie comes on, Freddie Chiesa, and plays up front. And then on 86, 87 minutes, we get a chance. Mo puts a ball in. Keeper parries it out. Two Bournemouth players go up, and it drops kindly for Chiesa, and he puts the ball in the back of the net. 3-2 on 86, 87 minutes, and cue the Chiesa song. He enjoyed putting the ball away, didn't he? And rightly so. He had his song sung, and they were singing it right up to the 90th minute. It was one of those games where it should have been comfortable for the Reds. We haven't really learned from our lessons in pre-season. 3-2, it's still one of those. Yet again, Bournemouth came with a few corners, which we had to deal with. And then into injury time, Van Dijk heads the ball out. Incidentally, he had 17 clearances, the most of any centre-half at Anfield for however many games, and 13 of those were headers. So yeah, and then Endo, who when Joey went to right back, he went into midfield. Endo just scoops the ball over their back four. All right, Mo makes a 30-yard run from the right-hand side. He gets ahead of the Bournemouth sub-Hill, turns him inside out, runs across him in the box, and finishes right-footed and celebrates like Jota would have scored. 4-2. could have been 4-4, could have been 5-5, or 4-3 even to Bournemouth, because they were unlucky. But we have to be a bit more savvy for my liking. Just on the players, I just thought Canate from the first whistle, he looked like a player that was carrying a knock. Indecision making, not giving the ball to Jeremy Frimpong and running with it when he's no need to, when he's got Frimpong ahead of him. He was out of all sorts for me. I mean, it was pathetic with the second goal going in, how he ended up on his front without making any interceptions at all. Yeah, he made a couple of tackles, but that's what he needs to do. But at the right times of the game, he didn't do that. And I just thought, something's not right with him there. So if we ever needed another centre-half to come in, I know we've got the young lad that's coming in, and he must have watched that from the stand and said, get me into this team because I'll keep my position. I'll make sure that I'm winning me 50-50s and sorting out any counter-attacks. So Dom Slobosly, yes, he had a lot of engine in him, but you have to, he was involved in both of the goals that we conceded, and it wasn't really good. It's not his position, I understand that, but he should have used his nous a bit more. And I think when Arnie sees this game back, he's got to realise this is the Premier League. Bournemouth aren't a weak team. I mean, yeah, they've had lots of players that have gone off, been sold. He's not got his full squad. There are some injuries that he's got in there. And they were pecking at Liverpool and they were knocking on the door. But it's not just Bournemouth that do that. It's every team in the Premier League will do that because that's how they are going to be. And we have to be now. Arne Slot said in his press conference before the game that we have to be a bit smarter in going down and getting free kicks. But there were occasions where Anthony Taylor did give us nothing, and yet Bournemouth got the free kicks. Similar thing. So, we have to be a lot. We have to be a lot smarter. As I say, Chiesa did come on 81 minutes and he took his goal well. Mo took his well, but yeah, it's we've got defensive issues that we need to sort out. I can't be having 37 games like this. It's no good for my ticker. I'm sure it's no good for your ticker either. We need to get this sorted out. We definitely need another defender in. We definitely need another striker in, because you've got to, when you look to the bench, you've got to be looking at bringing quality on. Yeah, Jones came on, Endo came on, Chiesa came on, Joey came on. I thought Joey did all right. We were missing Bradley, we were missing Gravenberch, and Maka got some good minutes into his leg. He got straight onto it. Look, we've got the 3 points, okay, so which is what we had to do. A draw or a loss would have been a disappointing result for us, if I'm honest. We need to kick on. If we need to defend this title, we need to be a bit more savvy, like we were last season, and see games out. We've had is it 8-9 years of Jurgen Klopp's type of football. We need to be we need to look after the ball a lot better when we're in a comfortable position. But when winning the game, 2-0 to 2-2 to 4-2. People have said, wow, that was a great performance by Liverpool, if you were listening to that on the radio or picking up the result after the game had obviously finished. But yeah, we need to improve. We've got a massive 10 days off now before we play Newcastle. They're playing Villa now. So that game probably at Villa Park. And yeah, so we need to be ready and on it when we go to St James's Park, because believe me, that'll be a cauldron of what's actually going on with a certain player who's linked with us, and we need to do miles better, because that Newcastle team has been together a while now under Howe, and they're playing some good stuff, and they will hurt us, and they will look after the ball better than probably what Bournemouth did. And we need to come away from St James's Park with 3 points to after the first couple of games before we play obviously Arsenal back at Anfield. Okay, I gave Hugo Ekitike my man of the match. The lad's coming up to speed. I listened to his interview afterwards. I thought his interview was really good. He wants to improve. He says that he wanted to come to the Premier League. He loves the atmosphere. He loves the supporters. The supporters love him because of the shift that he put in, because that's what us Reds like to see. A player that gives us 100%, 10 out of 10 performance. So, but yeah, he's settling in well, and we could do with him having a strike partner with him. Wirtz, his game was okay, did a lot of running, but again, he'll soon come up to speed when he finds the spaces, which he will get in some games. But he did okay. I've already mentioned Kirkus. I just thought Jeremy Frimpong should have been given the ball a lot more by Salah and by Konate, to get him more involved in the game. So yeah, and what we should stop doing is what was clearly for the second goal. Both our fullbacks were in their penalty area. When we were 2-1 ahead, we can't be doing things like that. We've got to be a bit more savvy, and even revert to a 4-4-2 just to kill the game off. As I said, it was too open for my liking. Okay, as I said at the beginning of the video, if you like this video, please give me a like. Please give me your comments. I don't ask for your comments, but yeah, your comments would be nice. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do we need another centre-half in? Do we need a midfielder, an extra midfielder? Do we need another striker? My answer to certainly 2 out of 3, yes, we do. Centre-half and another forward, a goal-scoring forward would be nice. And just to see out these games. So as I say, we've got the 3 points. We just now have to wait for the match day 1 other games to be concluded, and hopefully we're sit on top of the pile as we left it back end of last season, and hopefully we stay there as long as we can. Okay, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will speak to you midweek. If there's any transfer news, I'll do a video prior to doing a video next weekend about the pre-match Newcastle game. Enjoy your weekend. Up the Reds.